Hi, everyone. It is good to see you. Welcome to KREM 2 News at Noon. I'm Laura Papetti. And we begin at this noon hour with this story. A man with numerous prior felony convictions will spend just over 16 years in prison after he pleaded guilty to first-degree kidnapping with sexual motivations. Spokane police arrested Daniel McGee in June of last year after a sexual assault near the Shadle Park neighborhood. According to court documents, the victim said she was walking to a bus stop on Wellesley Avenue when McGee approached her wearing a green bandana over his face. The victim said McGee then pointed a small handgun at her, took her to an alley, and sexually assaulted her. In addition to his sentence, McGee will be required to now register as a sex offender. Overnight, we learned about new court documents filed in the case of Brian Coburger. He is accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students. The documents show the state became aware of potential Brady Giglio material. This refers to a 1963 murder case known as Brady versus Maryland. It states the prosecution must turn over evidence favorable to the accused and material that can be used against them. It is not clear what the information is. A judge agreed to keep it under seal at this time. Our team is going through the documents and pushing to find out what this means for the case. And later today, Lori Vallow-Daybell will be back in court for a procedural matter in Ada County. It was scheduled late yesterday, and it will be open, we're told, to the public. We don't know what the hearing is about or when it is supposed to start, but we will bring you those updates just as soon as we get them here at KREM 2. And in other news, Moses Lake firefighters worked for hours last night to contain a big fire at a food processing plant. Photos from Moses Lake firefighters show flames burning through a large section of basic American foods. Officials with the Grant County Fire District say the building suffered extensive damage. However, no injuries have been reported. It is coming up on 3 minutes past noon right now. It was a beautiful morning, transitioning to somewhat of a kind of a gray afternoon, Thomas.
Yeah, and that's right, Laura. And it's definitely overcast skies from our outdoor weather center here, but it's not a done deal just yet. It's still pretty nice out. We've got up to 48 degrees, and we're still expecting 50s this afternoon, even despite that cloud cover above my head. And see it for yourself on the satellite imagery. Look at the clouds being pushed up from the south basically all morning long. They're getting up towards Spokane, but the farther north you are, the more sunshine you're seeing. So if you're in Omak and Republic, Colville, Kettle Falls, Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry, you've got a very sunny day here, and your temperatures are certainly reacting to that. As we wind things out, huge storm system swirling over Northern California, and that's why the cloud cover is moving all the way into the area. By the way, these radar returns probably not hitting the ground. Hard to tell. We don't have any observations in between, say, Ritzville and Pullman, where it could be lightly raining or sprinkling, but it doesn't look like it's very impactful. But temperature-wise, look at the difference. Already in the 50s from Grand Coulee, Deer Park to Sandpoint, where that sunshine is located, still just in the 40s in Spokane and hardly budged temperature-wise at all. Still 43 in Pullman currently. So that's what we're looking at right now. But this weekend, it is going to get cooler, and it's definitely going to rain. So I'll show you how that might affect any kind of plans you have for this weekend in just a couple minutes.
Spokane police are investigating a deadly shooting at a West Spokane apartment complex. It happened yesterday afternoon at a Catholic Charity Sisters Haven apartment. That is located right by Spokane Falls Community College. Spokane police say the shooting does not appear to be a random attack. The victim was shot and killed inside of one of those apartments. However, no one has been arrested. It is unclear if Spokane police have a suspect. They have not shared any information or description at this point. A witness told KREM 2 News that she heard gunshots, then screaming.
It was bang, bang. Didn't hurt this woman screaming. She was like, oh my God, oh my God.
Catholic Charities say they are cooperating with the Spokane Police Department and working to ensure the safety of everyone that lives there and the staff as well. Moving on to the latest coming out of Nashville, there is a community there planning a vigil this evening to mourn the victims of Monday's deadly shooting. This afternoon, we are learning more about 3 adults and 3 children who were killed at the school. At a church in Washington, Missouri last night, that is where the grandparents of Evelyn Dykehouse are parishioners. A special mass was held for the 9-year-old victim. She was again one of 3 9-year-old students killed, along with 3 staffers, including the custodian, Mike Hill.
Everybody loved Mike. Mike knew the kids in the school, knew their names, and took a very personal interest in them.
Meanwhile, Tennessee Governor Bill Lee revealed 2 other victims, head of the Covenant School Catherine Kuntz and teacher Cynthia Peak, who were close to him and his wife. The city of Nashville is planning a vigil tonight for the victims as the investigation continues at this hour. In the meantime, the push to ban guns considered assault weapons, that is moving forward in Washington state. The bill passed out of a Senate committee yesterday afternoon, the farthest it's gotten after failing multiple times. And now a Seattle woman who survived the 2017 Las Vegas shooting says it is about time. Julie Calhoun with our sister station in Seattle has more.
It doesn't have to be this way.
Emily Cantrell, a survivor of the Las Vegas mass shooting, the deadliest in U.S. history, watched yet another mass shooting in America unfold Monday, killing 3 children and 3 adults at a Christian school in Nashville, Tennessee.
I used to get extremely sad. There were times where I would curl up in a ball on my couch and just start crying. It's to the point now where I'm angry.
Cantrell turns that anger into action, speaking out and fighting for gun reform for the past 5 years.
I think we've made incredible progress here in Washington.
She's helping lawmakers in Olympia now sign off on a bill that would ban the sale and manufacturing of guns defined as assault weapons.
They are best served by mass shooters. These are weapons of war. They are meant to kill more people more quickly, and they don't belong in the hands of everyday individuals.
Senate Democrats have been trying to pass a bill like this for 6 years and face Republican pushback each time. In committee debate Tuesday, Nashville shooting at the forefront, with Dems saying a ban in Washington could prevent that from happening here.
We actually had 2 of the weapons that would fall under this definition in that mass shooting.
Republicans disagree.
We had in Nashville a hate crime against Christians. That's what this was.
We have a mental health problem in the U.S., and we need to deal with that problem, not take guns away from legal citizens.
But Cantrell wants to remind people gun violence does not discriminate.
If we keep moving the way we are, I think 99% of Americans will know a victim of gun violence.
Julie Calhoun, King 5 News.
Republicans did try to amend the bill to narrow the definition. The proposed legislation already passed the House and now is heading to the Senate floor for debate. If it passes, Governor Jay Inslee says he will indeed sign it and would take effect immediately.